What if I told you that the most valuable gift you can give your partner isn't something you can buy, wrap, or put under a tree, but your full, undivided attention? What if I told you that in a world full of distractions, the one thing your partner craves the most is your presence, your time, your focus? Imagine this. Instead of being physically present but mentally elsewhere, you choose to show up fully, heart and mind engaged, for the one you love. What if this simple act of being fully present could transform your relationship, bringing you closer, building deeper trust, and creating moments that will last a lifetime? Stick with me, because today I'm going to show you how giving the gift of presence can completely change the way you connect with your partner and elevate the love you share. What if I told you that the most powerful thing you can give your partner isn't a gift wrapped in paper, but your undivided attention? What if I told you that being truly present with the one you love could change everything about your relationship? In a world filled with distractions, social media, work, the constant buzz of notifications, we've lost sight of the true value of presence. We think that being physically there is enough, but the truth is, our minds are often elsewhere. What if I told you that the key to deepening your connection with your partner isn't in giving more things, but in giving them the gift of your full presence? Imagine for a moment when you're with your partner, your mind isn't consumed with the things you didn't do today or the things you still need to accomplish. Instead, you're focused on them, on their words, their emotions, and their needs. When you're truly present, you create a space where your partner feels seen and valued, and that's what deepens intimacy and trust. What if I told you that presence is the foundation of emotional connection? When we give our partner the gift of being truly there, they feel understood, cared for, and loved in a way that goes beyond words. It's a form of respect that says, you matter more than anything else in this moment. The energy you give to your partner when you're present with them is a gift that builds a stronger bond and creates deeper fulfillment in your relationship. Presence creates safety, it creates trust, and it creates love. What if today you decided to stop being distracted and start showing up fully for the one you love? What if I told you that the greatest gift you can give your partner isn't something tangible, it's the time and attention that shows you're fully present? What if I told you that being present in your relationship could transform the way you connect, communicate, and love? Too often we show up physically, but our minds are somewhere else, on work, our phones, or the stress of life. But what if I told you that the secret to deep intimacy and understanding is giving your partner your full, undivided attention? Imagine for a moment, instead of worrying about the next task, the next meeting, or the endless to-do list, you simply focus on your partner, on the words they're speaking, on the emotions they're feeling. What if in those moments you made a conscious decision to give them everything you have? No distractions, no interruptions. That's when real connection happens, when your partner feels seen, heard, and valued in a way that can't be replicated by any material gift. What if I told you that being truly present strengthens your bond in ways that superficial gestures never will? When you listen deeply, respond thoughtfully, and engage emotionally, you create a space of trust and love that becomes the foundation of your relationship. Presence isn't just about physically being there. It's about being fully engaged, mentally and emotionally. The more you show up in this way, the more your relationship flourishes. What if today you decided to stop letting distractions control your time together and started showing up with all your focus, with all your energy? That's where the magic happens. What if I told you that the real secret to a fulfilling relationship isn't in grand gestures, expensive gifts, or romantic surprises, but in active listening, being fully present when your partner speaks? What if I told you that the most powerful thing you can do for your partner is to listen, not just hear, but really listen? In a world filled with distractions, we often miss out on the beauty of truly understanding each other. But what if I told you that active listening is the bridge that connects two souls, that makes your partner feel valued and understood? Imagine this. Your partner is sharing something important, something personal, and instead of thinking about what you're going to say next or what's on your mind, you focus entirely on them. What if, in that moment, you could put aside your own thoughts and be fully present for them, making them feel truly heard, seen, and appreciated? The truth is, when we actively listen, we are telling our partner, you matter to me more than anything else in this moment. And that's a level of emotional intimacy that can transform a relationship. What if I told you that the simple act of listening with intent could resolve conflicts, heal wounds, and create a stronger emotional bond than any material gift ever could? When you truly listen, you create a space where understanding thrives, where your partner feels safe enough to express their true thoughts and feelings. What if today you decided to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart, and watch how it changes everything? Active listening isn't just about communication. It's the foundation of love, respect, and true connection. What if I told you that the most powerful way to strengthen your relationship isn't by trying to change your partner or fix their flaws, but by learning to embrace and accept them as they are? What if I told you that true love and connection come not from changing each other, but from accepting each other completely, imperfections and all? Most people spend their relationships trying to mold their partner into their ideal version of them, thinking that love means perfection. But what if the real key to a thriving relationship is loving your partner for exactly who they are right now, without trying to change them? Imagine this. Instead of focusing on what your partner is doing wrong or how they could improve, you choose to accept them fully just as they are, with their strengths and weaknesses. What if, instead of being frustrated with their flaws, you saw them as part of what makes them uniquely beautiful? What if the real power of love is in choosing to embrace differences, to celebrate who your partner truly is, and not trying to change them into someone else? The truth is, love doesn't thrive in control or correction. It thrives in acceptance and understanding. What if I told you that acceptance builds trust in a way that trying to change someone never will? When you accept your partner for who they are, you create a space where they feel valued, supported, and free to be themselves. This freedom fosters connection and intimacy, something no amount of fixing or improving can create. What if today you decided to stop trying to change your partner and instead accept and appreciate them for who they are? The moment you do, you unlock a deeper, more fulfilling love. What if I told you that the secret to a lasting, fulfilling relationship isn't about waiting for the perfect partner, but about creating the perfect environment for love to grow? What if I told you that the quality of your connection doesn't rely solely on your partner's actions, but on the environment you both cultivate together? Most people spend their relationships focused on what's wrong with their partner, but what if I told you that the key to true happiness lies in creating an environment where both of you can thrive? The truth is, the space you create for each other, the energy, the support, the understanding, is far more important than anything external. Imagine this. Instead of waiting for your partner to change or to fulfill all your needs, you focus on what you can give to make the relationship thrive. What if you started creating an environment of appreciation, trust, and open communication where both of you feel valued, seen, and heard? The truth is, relationships thrive on positive energy, and the environment you create together is the fertile ground for love to blossom. What if I told you that the most successful relationships aren't the ones without conflict, but the ones where partners have created a safe, supportive environment to navigate challenges together? Instead of getting stuck in blame or frustration, they focus on creating an emotional space where growth can happen, even through struggles. What if today you decided to focus on building the right environment, to actively nurture your connection with love, respect, and understanding? The moment you do, you'll see how quickly your relationship can grow, evolve, and become everything you've dreamed of. What if I told you that the key to a thriving, unbreakable relationship isn't found in perfect communication or flawless actions, but in your willingness to forgive? What if I told you that forgiveness isn't just about letting go of anger towards your partner, but about releasing the emotional weight that's holding you both back? Most people believe that forgiveness is a one-time act, something you do when you're ready to move on. But what if I told you that true forgiveness is an ongoing practice that must be cultivated every day to keep the relationship strong? Imagine this. You've been hurt by your partner. Maybe they said something that stung or did something that broke your trust. What if, instead of holding on to that pain, you chose to forgive, not for them, but for yourself? What if I told you that holding on to grudges and resentment is like putting a chain around your heart, keeping you both stuck in the past? When you forgive, you free yourself from the emotional burden that weighs down your connection, allowing space for healing and love to flourish. What if I told you that forgiveness isn't about forgetting or excusing the wrong? It's about choosing to release the negative emotions that are preventing you from growing together. Forgiveness allows the relationship to evolve, to let go of the old wounds and focus on the future. What if today you decided to forgive, to let go of the hurt, and choose to move forward knowing that forgiving isn't weakness, but the strength to love unconditionally? The power of forgiveness is what keeps love alive. And when you choose it, you create a foundation that builds resilience and deeper connection in your relationship. As we conclude, remember this: forgiveness is the foundation that will sustain and elevate your relationship. It's not about perfection, but about the commitment to let go of the past, to release old hurts, and to keep creating space for love, trust, and connection to flourish. When you forgive, you free yourself and your partner to grow, evolve, and move forward together. The strength of your relationship is built on this practice of forgiveness, and choosing it every day is what will keep your bond unbreakable. Good luck as you embark on this journey of healing, love, and connection. May you find the courage to forgive, the strength to move forward, and the wisdom to nurture a relationship that truly thrives. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your willingness to grow. Remember, the power to create the love you desire is already within you. All it takes is the decision to act with love, patience, and understanding.